Not blowing the nose, doing lines. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh. So, I still think Netanyahu's dead, although I don't pay enough attention to it. You know, I don't know. I just don't know anymore. I'll go. What's going on? Apparently, I have 2 people commenting, but I have 0 viewers. It's interesting. What's going on today, failers? Guy Williams is the most smartest. What are you doing? Dude, what's that about? What's going on with you? Tell me some new stuff. Tell me some stuff I'm missing. I'm so like, I just every day I just hope. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yaddle, come down. Yaddle's like, no, I ain't going nowhere. He's gonna fall. Boom. Wow. What a catch. Even if his pants are falling off. The title of your video is literally the textbook of dumbassness. Did you catch it? Good for you. Good for you. It's probably why it's written that way. And the most is highlighted. Dude, this guy is insane. He took his pants off and now he's just revving around. Boom. Oh, did he hit the fucking... Oh, the skin off the leg on that one had to hurt. Yes. The most smartest. That's me. I'm actually surprised somebody caught it so quickly. Usually people don't. Usually people are the most dumbest. It's funny that tree branch didn't even break. He fell. He just made a bad move. None of that tree broke. That was weird. Yeah. I mean, it's strange. Like, I've been talking to my buddy, and I've been bringing him up a lot lately. But he's my Palestinian friend, and it's interesting how, like, you step back and you look and you go, man, I went to school with mostly white kids, and yet the the one person I still talk to from high school is an Arabic dude, is a Palestinian. And I was surrounded, we were surrounded by them. Yep. Isn't it though? At least it's working, right? Crazy. Man, it's crazy. Hey, what's happening, Tracy? Right on, man. Right on. Have you guys gotten your free downloads yet? www.the-bilderberg. Oh yeah, we put out a new song. I forgot to debut the new song. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's see. Shit. We're gonna do it this way. First, pull up the wiki, and then we pull up the band page after the fact, because then we can have the band page playing in the background. And yeah. Tiggos. This song's called Tiggos. Butts are where the poop comes from. Not saying that a nice one's gross, but men and women both have one, and nothing else really comes close to what's under your clothes, specifically your top. So you should probably show me your mystery spots, which literally stop me in my tracks, which is weird since I'm not into translating the fact that so many chaps like smashing with bros hides the. Oh shit! Oops, I hit back on that one. We're just gonna have to start it over again. Sorry, all of you haters out there. I know how much you hate what I do, so you watch me every day, but butts are where the poop comes from. Butts are where the poop comes from. Gross, but men and women both have one, and nothing else really comes close to what's under your clothes, specifically your top. So you should probably show me your mystery spots, which literally stop me in my tracks, which is weird since I'm not into translating the fact that so many chaps like smashing with bros hides the fact they're attracted to clapping buttholes. Clapping buttholes. Tiggos. I love Tiggos, begging me to come and get those magical mountains, perfect for my fountain. Man, I love your Tiggos. Those Tiggos are a gift, so present your presents, nothing Lizzo. How can anyone doubt them? Tiggos are astounding. I just love those Tiggos. Tiggos. I made a song about boobs. I love when they dance in opposite circles while women lie on their backs. And people who would call me a jerk, you'll have to agree if you're stacked. Their undeniable impacts, fantastically distracting. It's not hard to react, they're practically asking for a drastic unmasking, lasting 2 minutes. You can act like you're laughing, but that means your wishes were actually witnessed when my business resumes. I'll unwrap you like Christmas, and you'll come too soon. Ooh. Tiggos, I love Tiggos, begging me to come and get those magical mountains, perfect for my fountain. Man, I love those Tiggos are a gift, so present your presents, nothing Lizzo. How can anyone doubt them? Tiggos are astounding. I just bounce, baby, bounce. So running slow motion. I found that my crown went caressed by your slope sands. All of my lotion, an open invitation to cause an explosion that coats your whole face and knowingly makes men complacent and sleepy. When you blow me away, then shake venom discreetly, basically eating your meaty lunchbox. You're insatiably greedy, need me nonstop. Tiggos, I love Tiggos, begging me to come and get those magical mountains, perfect for my fountain. Man, I love your Tiggos. Those Tiggos are a gift, so present your presents, nothing Lizzo. How can anyone doubt them? Tiggos are astounding. I just love those Tiggos. Nothing Lizzo. What happened to Lizzo? Far too many songs about butts. Far too many songs about butts. Have you not seen how amazing women look naked from the front? When you're turning around to show your butt in pictures, something is drastically wrong. TBG. Those boob guys. TBG. Love it. All right, video should be made today. Hopefully he gets it done today. It doesn't work. Whatever you're trying to do, it doesn't work. YouTube's picked up on that. So if you try to spell words by using one comment at a time, it doesn't work anymore. I don't know. It's not my thing. Anyway, I'm happy about that. I totally forgot about that. Can't wait for the... I took a bunch of videos from Instagram, like some of the hot chicks I look at. What's her name? Emily Elizabeth. And I don't know, a couple other chicks. I just took their videos. Just did a screen recording of their videos and took them. God is coming. You'd better be ready. Oh, really? How is God coming? Is it sticky? Imagine the dumbass that this guy has to be. Think about it. He thinks like he can control God, I guess. Like, it's weird, right? What are you, because you're upset and too stupid to be able to actually make a reasonable argument? You think God's gonna come do it for you? What are you, fucking stupid? I have God's love all over my face. Me too. I'm covered in the blood of Jesus. It's so funny. One day, like the one time we had to take the bus, it's really fucking crazy, but we had like this event we needed to do, and our car had broken down, and it was just this really fucked up situation. So we ended up having to take the bus from Birmingham, which is one of the richest areas in Michigan, to Denby High School, which was one of the worst high schools in the nation. Right? Like, it's just fucking insane. And like, you would walk in, you'd have to go through metal detectors. The higher ups were telling us that the biggest problem is actually the lesbian gangs. It's really fucking strange. But we're sitting on the bus, and this crazy woman, not crazy, but obviously crazy, this fat, black, old, could have had some mental shit going on. I don't know. Maybe. Probably. Like, more mental shit than being a fucking Christian, obviously. But she she sits in front of us, and she turns and she looks back, and you can just see it happening in her head. She's looking at me. She's looking at Ange. I knew that was this one. Jesus Christ. This one is the most dumbest fucking, like, this shit is insane. He's going 100 miles an hour right now, and he smashes into a minivan head on. They had no idea what was coming. Children in there. Everybody's dead. Pretty sure everybody's dead. What? This is a different one. Jesus, fuck that guy. Let's see. We got some comments of dumb shit here. I stole a mom prayer card. Now I use a doormat to wipe my feet. Like, do you understand? Like, you have to be such an insecure, like nothing. You're a nothing in your world. The idea that you think, like, I know, I'm gonna steal a Muslim prayer thing, a prayer card, and use it to wipe my feet. That'll show them. Like, that's just, you're the epitome of embarrassing, right? Yeah, and it's these dumbass Christians that are the real problem. right? The Jews are the obvious, the you know, the string pullers, but the Christians outnumber them by billions. So to think that you know, like it's just strange to think that such a small group is able to control such a large group. But it's because they're stupid. It's people that stupid to be like, I'll do something. This will do it. And this guy doesn't even know why. He doesn't know why he hates Muslims so much. I don't think any of you do. Why do you hate Muslims so much? Because they don't choose to eat the thing you choose. That like the whole bacon thing, the whole pig thing. And especially when you understand that the guy, like the main guy lately, who has been stirring up the most anti-Muslim fervor, that guy that got his ass kicked in Minnesota and came to Dearborn and all that other shit. That guy is a Jew. He pretends to be a Christian, but he's a Jew. There are pictures of him kissing the fucking wall and shit. It's like it would be shocking if it didn't happen all the time. But his last name was Lang. If I would have known his last name was Lang, I would have said it right from the beginning. Obviously, he's a Jew. Just do away. Trump is going to punish you for your... Oh, yeah? Dude, I'm even trying to give you like a little bit of spotlight here, and all you're doing is proving just how fucking stupid you are. Seriously, do a better job. I want you to look better than you do. Unfortunately, people are going to judge me by my opposition. And if my opposition is nothing but stupid, people are going to think, oh, well, his argument must be stupid. You're just fucking dumb. Trump is our savior, and he is working with God to save us all. You better in the worst will for you. Like, again, think about this guy. Like, this is a person who honestly believes this shit. Think about how batshit crazy he actually has to be to believe what he's saying, to say these things in the first place. Trump is working with God. Trump's working with God, all right. Yeah. Like, I wonder what's gonna happen to all these dumbasses like that when suddenly they're getting rounded up and they're like, wait a minute, what are you talking, Trump? I'm a Trump supporter. What are you doing? And they're just like, yeah, come on, Goyam. Like, is that going to be like a reality shattering thing for a lot of people? Is it gonna contribute to your slavery, to your ability to be a slave? Because they hold you down and spit in your face, and you just Ask for money from kind old people. That's a great strategy. And you know what? They're paying for what they get. I never think of anything like that. Like, unless somebody really has like a mental issue, but they're just lonely or whatever. Like, I don't feel bad for catfishes at all. Catfishes are the most obvious. Like, you're obviously getting catfished every single time. So much so that you know it, and you try to convince yourself that it's not happening. I don't feel bad for people that try to scam something and get scammed themselves. Oh, well, I invested in this company that was promising 5 times the returns of anybody else. Well, that 5 times the returns, that's borderline illegal. How did you think they were going to do that? I don't know. I wasn't asking questions. I just wanted to get my advantage. And then when it didn't work out, I lost all my money. Fucking crazy. Look at all these dumb fucking comments. Oh, look. The rabbi Who thinks raping children is an act of God is here? That guy said raping children is an act of God. It's not rape. It's an act of God. When a friar rapes a child, that's not rape. It's an act of God. That's what the fuck he said. It's just insane that somebody could be that fucking awful, right? Oh, God, I miss that so much. Boom. Nice work. He's got a tourist show. Old school. Oh, yep. Gotta take the meds. Yep. You did say that. I actually have a screenshot of it. Yep. You said, when I asked you, what does the Talmud say? What do you think about what the Talmud says? That, you know, a goyim who rapes a child should be killed. But when you do it, as long as the child's 3 years and 1 day, all you have to do is pay the full dowry, and now the child belongs to you. And you said specifically, it's not rape. Second comment, it's an act of God. What's up, dude? Huh? It's what she does, dude. That's what puppies do. You just gotta keep doing it. It's annoying, but you gotta keep doing it. Huh? Huh? She'll pass out in a minute. Okay, well, don't let her bite you. If you need to, just pinch her neck a little bit. Of course it doesn't work. It doesn't work well, but it does work. Just pinch her and do the little, and it'll work. It's just frustrating, you know? But just pinch her like that hard. That's all you gotta do. See? And you just gotta keep doing it. She'll figure it out. They're fucking dumb, dude. Yeah. The rabbi character absolutely said that. And we're talking about the same rabbi character who is flying pizza slices. You know, nobody in their right fucking mind just brings up pizza out of the blue, but especially when we're talking about child rape, to then bring up pizza, it just shows you. It just and this isn't this guy's first time here or first time doing this. So again, that just the level of pride they have in being a pedophile is just disgusting. Look at this. This cop just decides to ram this guy's fucking door. What? Oh, he's shooting at him. Jesus. That's crazy. I wish you would sue me, you fucking coward. I wish you would sue me. You'd never do that. You know how you know they'll never do that? Because if they did have to sue, or if they did want to sue, then they would have to be cross-examined. You know, they would open up the books, and they would have to actually, like I could examine them. I could ask them questions. You know, and it would just wreck everything, right? Right? It would wreck everything. The last sort of platform, because their shit isn't good enough to survive it, right? Their shit isn't good, right? Like their shit is awful, and they know that if if exposed, they're never gonna be able to, put the toothpaste back in the thing. They know as soon as that happens, their shit's over. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate these idiots that keep coming and posting shit. Right? I look at these. By the way, if you're watching, like, share, sub. Obviously, they are really afraid of me, so they censor the shit out of me. So I need your help. You know, if you're watching this, fucking help, man. Take 2 seconds and share it on Facebook. Tell everybody I'm crazy. Suing you for lying and spreading hate against you. I hope everybody finds you and fucks you up. I hope that's what happens. I wish you would give out your real identity so you could be held accountable for your child rape tendencies.
Everything's a conspiracy, at least by definition. So, mentioning the beer can seem to chic like repetition, but keeping goy opinions in a constant state of confusion is how the weakest of us live in a place where they abuse and display so much amusement from telling us their truth. Then they say we need improvement when we rebel against their proof. When we delve into the roots, we see the dye they used to mold, the hell they used to school us into.
Kirk Ebosh. Let's see. Let's see here. I don't think that's true. I think he's lying because all they do is lie. Kirk Ebosh. Kirk Ebosh. Facebook Eastern State Penitentiary. She's on cruise control. No. There is no Kirk Ebosh that comes up in Google. So I'm willing to say you're lying because you're a piece of shit liar. Right? Like, of course you are. You're a fucking lying piece of shit. And it's what you guys do. It's not, there's nothing, like, nothing I do is special. Right? Nothing I do is like, is something that other people can't do. It's why I use the sources I use, because I want everybody to be able to do the same shit. The sources are common so that the arguments are the same. Everyone who's in chat. No. Cash Patel. Patel is a character. That's all he is a character. He's not fucking real. He's not like a real person doing the real job. The FBI director, blah, blah. That's not real. God, you smoke a lot of weed. Jesus Christ. Woman smokes her weed. So you know his role. Yeah, I know his role. He's just an actor. All the people we see on TV are actors. They're all there to present the narrative. I've read the Torah, and trust me, they don't see us as people. Well, the real one you got to read, though, is the Talmud. But yeah, they don't see us as people. We are goyim. Like, the funniest thing about all this is that I'm not, I mean, I challenge everybody. What am I saying that's like overtly ist? What have I done or said that has anything to do with, anything other than options, anything other than choices being made? I talk about choices being made. These are all choices. You choose to be the cult that you belong to. Until you're, when you're a kid, sure, you don't really have a choice put on you. But at some point, you decide, man, I sure do know a lot of fucked up shit about this, and am I going to still believe it or not? And you make that choice. You decide to override all of the bullshit that's, really obvious, and instead believe in the, have faith in the narrative that is hidden, that you have to find. I've been studying the Torah, Talmud, and Zohar for 25 years. Yeah, you'd think you'd know more about it. What's hilarious about these dumbasses is that they have been supposedly studying one thing for their entire life. Taken out of regular school at an early age, put into the yeshiva, and they end up studying or just being programmed by the same dumb nonsense. And you'd think, I've been studying something for 25 years. Really? Can you have a reasonable conversation about it? Can you make any reasonable points in favor of that thing? And you can't. No is the answer. You are always really, really stupid when it comes to, when it comes to actually, it's just like God, right? When it comes to actually proving yourself, proving your thing, you just fail miserably every single fucking time. But this is, these guys are sick. These guys are sick. You can back up your threats. No, you can't. You're a piece of shit coward. I'm not a child, so you're not going to do anything to me. You sick piece of shit. Yeah. Our religion is great because it gives us an explanation for ethics. What does that even mean? It gives us an explanation for ethics. You need an explanation for ethics? You don't need just, hey, it's the right thing to do the right thing.
I just had somebody comment on one of my posts on my page saying, in my opinion, Trump has been the best president in my lifetime and 30 years prior. So yeah, people are stupid.
No, I get it. But this guy, like, the idea of an explanation for ethics. Who needs to be told to be an ethical person? Who needs to be told how to be an ethical person? You need to be told that stealing from other people is wrong. You need to be told that raping other people is wrong. I know you guys do. But and then the funniest thing is, when he says that dumb thing, because like he's saying things like, I can back up my threats and blah blah, and it goes, he's actually trying to sort of engage. And as soon as I'm like, dude, what you just said was stupid, an explanation for ethics, he goes, pizza slices, Israel flag. Wow. Like, this is exactly, I couldn't make this work out any better. Right? I couldn't be like, okay, Ange, you get on the phone and then you come in here and pretend to be a rabbi and just say the dumbest shit you can think of. Ange would have never come up with, it's an explanation for ethics. It's just a level of inbred stupidity that, these are the things that they get told, right? This is the bullshit that they get told when they're growing up, and they have questions about it. And they hear the nasty ass old rabbi be like, no, it's an explanation for ethics and blah blah, and they just lock that shit in, and then they repeat it. Yeah, no rabbis have good ethics. Muhammad was the original Epstein. What are you even talking about? That's so stupid. Oh my God, it's just so stupid. The insistence on Islam being the bad guys. If Muslims were the bad guys, they wouldn't have to keep coming up with shit. They just be like, look what they do, look, they attack this, look at how this works. You know, like what they did with 9/11 and how they just rammed it down our throats? They just don't have anything. I have fantastic ethics according to the Talmud. Yeah, well, the Talmud says you can rape children as long as they're 3 years and 1 day old, because then it's considered rape. You know, that's the most fucked up part. Because they have, you know, it's a culture of micro penises. I assume they use that to sort of soften the idea of rape, because they say if the child is under 3 years and 1 day old, the hymen grows back. It's not really rape because they're not really like online yet. They say if you rape a child under 3 years and 1 day, it's like a poke in the eye. It's like a poke in the eye. And then after that, of course, it says that they after 3 years and 1 day, now, if they rape a child, they are responsible for paying the family of the victim the dowry, which is 50 shekels, 100 dinars. I'm not real sure, but it's not like life-changing money or anything. And now that child belongs to the rapist somewhere in between a slave and a wife. That's what the Talmud fucking says. The Talmud doesn't say, if you guys do anything with children that's inappropriate or fucking, like, you already know. I don't even have to explain to you what inappropriate means with children. You already know. If you wouldn't tell somebody about it, then you shouldn't do it. Right? But it doesn't say, you know, fuck with children and it's the number one punishment. I will make you burn in hell for all of eternity, blah, blah. It doesn't say anything like that. It's like, all right, you know, and they always say it doesn't encourage it. It doesn't. They try to soften it as much as they can, but you can't. And I think most people would be willing to see it for what it is if it was Islam, if it was something outside of Judaism. But just like how the Wahhabi Muslims do the female genital mutilation, the Jews do the same thing. They just call it the binding of Isaac ritual and female circumcision. What do you think female circumcision is? These guys are just so stupid. Islam was dithering before Epstein was alive. You circumcise with your teeth. Gross. Right, they're disgusting. You think you got shut up. What a liar. Which part's a liar? I wish people understood that they're in the comment section of a video. So maybe if you're going to say something, you should sort of address what you're saying so we at least know what it's attached to. What? Did I get blocked? LOL. Do you see your comment? You wouldn't be blocked if you saw your comment. Billy, you were blocked for some reason. We don't know yet. We're currently looking into it. Says this dumbass. Oh yeah, my comment got deleted. Then how can you be okay with Muhammad? Why does everybody keep trying to get the conversation onto something else? Who do you think that is? Right? Who do you think is going to hear that we're talking about a specific thing and go, oh man, that's crazy. Talk about this instead. Everybody else is talking about this. There are endless streams from bigoted white people talking about how bad the fucking Muslims are. What the fuck? Look. What the fuck? Haha, making jokes about it. Isn't it funny?
So I keep writing these songs and send them to Charles Jones and get them done immediately. Convinced that precipice of breaking.
And Jews really live, kids. What? I mean, again, you guys want to talk about Muslims? Talk about them. Do your own feed about how bad Islam is. I fully support you. What's so irritating about so many feeds in that vein are that you guys are Christian. You have the audacity to talk bad about Muslims, about Islam Muslims, and yet you believe your version of it. Same fucking story. Mhm. It's the same fucking story, just different setting, different characters, different little bits, but it's all basically the same, and it's all fucking Jewish fairy tale. Like, here you go, right? People are gonna be like, Muhammad Aisha was 6 years old. And it's terrible. No doubt it's terrible. Does anybody talk about the fact that Mary was probably 12 or 13? Probably 12 when she got pregnant, when she was impregnated by the god. The not so easy rider. That should be attempted murder. We're critiquing your prophet. Whose prophet? Don't insult Islam. Muhammad was a fantastic man with a fantastic religion, says the guy who thinks raping children is an act of God. Just keep that in mind every time that piece of shit says something. I mean, he might as well make another profile at this point, because everything he says from here on out is soiled, is tainted with, you're the guy that thinks raping children is, quote, an act of God. It's insane, man. That's what you would do to get the IRGC out besides war. The people want them out, so how do you do it? This is a situation where if you want to fix the problem, we have to address the problem. And all of the other shit that comes from it are just symptoms of the problem. You can't fix the problem until you address where it's coming from. If you have blood all over your shirt and shit, and your arm, and you're like, God damn it, I don't know where this blood keeps coming from, but it's bugging me. And you just keep wiping it, you keep cleaning your shit, just bleeding and bleeding. And somebody comes up to you and goes, hey, you know you got a big fucking cut on your arm. And you're like, no, I don't want to talk about that. Do you see all this blood? Man, this blood is so fucking bad. I wish I could do something about this blood. I don't know. Why is there blood all over the place? And I'm looking at you like, are you... There's a cut on your arm. And you just refuse. You just keep refusing. It's so weird. It's not the same. Jesus rose from dead to free us from our sins. No, that's not what happened. Jesus didn't rise from the dead to free you from your sins. And actually, there's no proof that Jesus rose from the dead. The narrative is that when they went back to the spot where Jesus was supposed to be, the big rock in front of the doorway was moved, and there was no Jesus in there. So that's, oh, he rose from the dead. It's just stupid. And then so much of the Bible is like, if it was today, everybody just be like, shut up. But back then, boy, let somebody say, hey, I did this. And apparently it makes it into the history book, right? The book. Because this guy supposedly did this. And one of the things about the Bible that I love to point out and never get answers to is, there are so many times in the Bible where you have two people talking to each other. Or one person is talking to God, or, it might be a small, maybe it's 2 or 3 people, but they're in a small little group somewhere and there's nobody else around them. Like Lot's 2 daughters when they were in the cave, figuring out their plan for getting themselves impregnated by their father, getting him so drunk that he wouldn't remember. But, and you think, okay, so these girls are in this cave hatching this plan. Who was listening and writing it down? How did that all take place? Like, it's really fucking stupid when you actually put thought into it. You don't even have to really dig too deep. You just have to look at it on the surface. And it falls apart. It falls apart under the most basic scrutiny. How can something be true, be the foundation of life, the answers to the universal questions and all this other shit, and it can't even stand up to the most basic scrutiny? 12 years old doing grown women's chores. So in Jewish lore, 12 years and 1 day old is when they go to the next stage. Right? So at 12 years 1 day, they usually end up getting betrothed. And then on their 13th birthday, because 13th birthday is when you become an adult, right? You get your bar mitzvah, your bat mitzvah. On the 13th birthday, they become an adult and start having children and shit. It's that way to this day. They just hide it. Ask Rabbi Shmuley about his parents. Rabbi Shmuley said he was the youngest of 5 children when his mother was 24 when she had him. And he was like the accident baby, right? They weren't planning on this one, and it had been a minute or two between the previous kid, between number 4 and him. And you have to think, like, nobody is having kids every year. Like, you might have Irish twins where they're born around 18 months apart, but you're not going to have, like, triplets and quintuplets and shit in that. That would just wreck a woman. A woman's body needs to recover from pregnancy. Even if they're young, they still need a recovery. So if she was 24 when she had him, chances are she got pregnant at 23. And it was a couple of years between number 4 and him. So say she was 22, 21, 20 when she had a couple of years is significant. So at least 22, but probably 21 or 20. And then there's 4 kids prior to. Even if she had 4 kids every year at 20, that would put her at 16. But again, that's unlikely. You would have to, it would be like, 2 kids every 3 years in that regard. So now you drop her back to around 14. Look at Rabbi Shmuley's wife. Her age is a secret. He puts out tweets like happy birthday, happy 75th birthday, or have 57th or whatever birthday, but it doesn't line up with the previous one where he said happy 40th, 45th birthday, whatever. He's just a fucking idiot. But according to the narrative, you know, the Bible is a Jewish fairy tale. The characters, the main characters are all Jewish. So it's more than likely that Mary was 12 when she got pregnant and 13 when she gave birth, in accordance with tradition. Tradition!
Tradition.
I'm getting motion sickness from the camera. Oh, you can't watch videos where somebody moves in them? Sucks to be you, man. Nope. Then he revealed himself to thousands. I pray for you. That's Old Testament. Right. Funny how they like all the shit when it works for them. But what part's Old Testament? Let's do that. The Creator is in us all. No. Do you believe in aliens? Not like you think. You're hating Jews for the IRGC. Get a grip. I'm hating Jews for the IRGC. Why would I be hating Jews for the IRGC? The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. See what I mean? Like, they run out of shit to say. They're pre-programmed with like 5 or 6 responses. You know. Act.il has through the secure community network that connects 95% of American friars, they all are attached to things like the Act.il app that has 40,000 plus had 40,000 plus users before it was integrated into the Reichman University platform. So who knows where it's at now. But you literally see like how they are at war with us. The crazy shit that they do, the tactics that they use, and all that. We are the victims here. And Islam and Christianity are just part of their weaponry. I mean, seriously, don't you think that if Christianity was real, if it mattered, if it was the truth, especially in the United States, we'd be living in utopia by now? There are churches everywhere. You know, there are just, the religious aspect of things is everywhere. You can turn on a religious program on TV at any time of the day. It's free, the tax free, all this other shit. There's nothing about it that wow. Look at that fat piece of shit cop.
Yeah, what the
Look
fuck
at
is
this.
he gonna do?
Nobody that looks like that should be allowed to be a cop.
Nope.
He got shot. Nobody that big should be able to be a cop. They put everyone in danger. Don't you realize that as soon as a cop decides to take somebody in, if the person doesn't let them, they become a liability to everyone. Because if you're willing to run away from the cops, there's not much you're not willing to do to keep that freedom. Who's to say you're not going to jack somebody, run into somebody's house? Who knows what? So unless somebody is physically capable of not only taking somebody down if necessary, but chasing them down if they happen to run, they shouldn't be allowed to be cops. And look at how fat this piece of shit is. Boom! Look at that shit. That fat ass can't even get up. But going back to these stupid comment, the IRGC thing. Why would what part of me screams anything Muslim. Seriously. Don't you think the Muslims aren't real happy with me either? So if aliens exist, we can't follow a religion until we communicate with them and see what they know. What if they seen Earth start and know more about everything than we do? I mean, sure. And what if they're like 20 feet tall and they smell like cotton candy? Who cares? When it comes to aliens, when it comes to the universe, the Earth shape, any of that shit, until we Goyim unify and overthrow the friars that control the narrative, we have no idea what's actually true. I know that in 2026, there shouldn't be a flat Earth argument if the Earth is a round ball flying through space. Right? To me, that's almost like the number one argument. It's 2026. If we're on a round ball flying through space, that should be easy to prove, and there shouldn't be anything that goes against it. There shouldn't be any sort of, hey, look at this, or explain this, or, and there should be easily footage that's believable. Lots and lots of camera shots, zooming in from here and there, doing all the stuff that, challenging that flat Earth model. They should just be like, okay, you guys think it's flat here. Let's debunk that once and for all. And then they do, and that's the end of the argument. But that's just not how it works. I know if any of the religions were actually right, we'd all be fighting to be that one. It would be obvious that it works, that it's the thing, and everybody would. You wouldn't have to force it on anyone. You wouldn't have to get people from the time they're born and scare them with irrational fucking threat. Oh, you're gonna burn in hell for all of eternity. Ooh. You would be able to be like, no, man, you think about it for yourself. I know that when you finally get yourself right, you'll come to this. This is the truth. It's the way it is. It's the truth. There's no doubt about it. Let's just go with that. Just so you know, our comments keep getting deleted. Why do you care? There is no rules. More or less. You are batshit crazy. If that, yep, I'm crazy. Which part's crazy? How come they always tell me I'm crazy, but don't tell me what part is crazy? Everything. So everything, including child, killing pedophiles. You think that's crazy? Come on, let's put on our adult pants and have a reasonable adult conversation. We the operate power of our reality. This guy is manifesting some weird shit. Yeah. So you're saying all of those children that are being raped by the clergy at this minute, they all manifested that reality? All the children being starved to death by Israel until the bombs fall on them, and then sometimes they're in a building that falls on them, but it doesn't kill them, so they're buried underneath the rubble for a few days until they actually die. How did they manifest that? Please explain it to me, because you're so fucking smart. Let's hear this reasonable, intelligent argument as to why and how those guys manifest that reality. It's just so stupid, man. It's all loose, yeah. Bro just said the Jews made almost, yeah. Take the meds, yep. If it was flat, what would be the difference? Nothing. Exactly. It does not matter. That's why we don't focus on it. The only reason it matters is to show that they're lying to you. And if I can get you to understand that they've lied to you about the earth shape, like how do you go, okay, you know what? I think they are lying about that. but they're telling me the truth about 9/11.
Oh yeah.
Right? But they're telling me the truth about vaccines. I can prove what hypocrites you all are real easily. Right? You're all arrogant. It's arrogance. Arrogance is the biggest thing. The number one thing holding us down is our insecure, ignorant arrogance. And everyone has it. And I can prove it. Every single one of you, or none of you, believe the Oswald shot Kennedy narrative. That Kennedy was killed by a magic bullet. And any like small bit of research looking into it shows you that that's just like I guess if you're just some young kid and you've never really heard the story, I guess. But you know, every piece of it. He got off 3 shots of a bolt action rifle in 8 seconds, one of which was the magic bullet. Just stupid nonsense, right? Just fucking stupid nonsense. Shit, 3 shots that nobody's ever been able to replicate. And this guy wasn't supposedly some marksman. And then there's just thing after thing after thing after thing after thing after thing after thing, right? But if I ask you guys, do you believe the narrative that you're given? Every single one of you will say, fuck no, that's stupid. I have seen what I have seen, and because I have seen it and I don't believe it, then I am comfortable saying that my government, the system, is flat out fucking lying to me. And that's what you're saying, you just don't want to admit it. But yes, they're lying to you. That's what you're saying. The government is lying. I don't know how many of you accept the 9/11 narrative, but those that don't, you say the government is lying about 9/11. Unless you went out and got every single booster shot you were supposed to get, you said, my government is lying to me. They said I needed them, but at some point after like 5, I was like, well, fuck, I think I've had enough. And you didn't get that 6th one. And at that point, you said, the government is lying to me. I think I will survive without it. I'll be okay. It only comes down to what you want. And unless you've actually done the research and looked into it, for some reason, you will believe the people that you say are lying to you all the time. What's the difference? The only difference between a lot of those things is your choice. You don't have any fucking, you weren't there. You didn't see it. You weren't in the middle of the whole narrative and you got all the details and that's not how it worked. You're just as much of a victim as I am. And instead of saying, you know, the people that lied to me about this, this, and this, unless I know for certain that they're not lying to me, I'm just going to assume they are lying to me. And it's interesting how once you start to see things from that perspective, everything falls apart. Once you start looking at it skeptically, it never holds up. Like the Temple Israel attack that happened last week. Like it's crazy how this is just being swept under the rug like it is. And it's because they fucked up. I don't know if they were supposed to let the guy do something or whatever, but the security guard supposedly shot him right away. If that even happened, if that guy was even alive in the fucking thing, if they didn't just kill him and then put him in the car and drive him in there, and then somebody got out and then they lit the car on fire and shot it up, and like you have to, when it comes to Israel, you can't put anything past them, right? Israel is a master manipulator and a liar. They lie. All they do is lie. And not Israel either, because Israel doesn't exist. It's actually the Jews, but Israel is the okay thing. I'm allowed to say Israel. I'm allowed to say Zionists. I'm not allowed to say the cult itself, but I'm allowed to say the little offshoots. Look at that narrative that we're shown there. Immediately, you had more cops than I've ever seen at a place that is like a fortress. It's built so that people can't drive vehicles into the building. They have barriers and shit set up all around to prevent people from being able to drive in. There are cameras that cover every goddamn square inch of this fortress, including the long driveway that you have to go up to get to it. Everything is under the highest amount of scrutiny, security camera foot, everything. They have it everywhere. This dude supposedly bought $2,000 worth of fireworks, which I doubt. The day before or something, put them in the back seat along with some canisters of liquid, that flammable liquid. Then went and sat in his car for 2 fucking hours in the parking lot at the Temple Israel. This is the thing that this is like, okay, so right off the bat, if you don't think that a car sitting in the far off part of a parking lot at a synagogue is going to be approached within 5 or 10 minutes, like, there's no way this guy sat in the parking lot for 2 hours without anybody approaching him or coming to see what's going on. And if they would have seen that his car was made into a bomb, right? It was all staged, of course. The Temple Israel in West Bloomfield, Michigan, attack. So we're told the dude sat in the parking lot. Again, no footage of this. We have footage of him buying fireworks from a couple days earlier, but we don't have any footage of him in the attack. None of the security footage has been released. He supposedly finally drives into the building, and at first they told us that he had that the security forces had shot him. He had driven in there, but the security forces shot him. He didn't appear to have a gun, which, you know, how can they just shoot somebody if he doesn't have a fucking gun and they're security officers? But apparently that's what happened, and somehow the whole thing caught on fire. Again, this guy has fireworks all in his car. Thousands of dollars worth of fireworks. And yet in all of the footage, you don't hear any fireworks going off. There's no flashes. There's no booms. If there was, there would have been a big deal about it because, you know, everybody was acting all calm and like nonchalant after the fact. Apparently it did catch on fire, and there was so much fire, or at least smoke. All you really saw was smoke. You didn't see any flames. But the smoke was billowing from the building. Meaning, you know, they're going to say, oh, the building got destroyed in this terrorist attack. The taxpayer dollars are going to have to buy us a new synagogue. And that's what happens every fucking time. Every fucking time. They end up with a new building on our tax dollars. But, you know, this happened around noon, right? About an hour after this happened, Israel decided to drop all charges against the soldiers who were caught on tape violently raping a man, a prisoner, a Palestinian prisoner. You know, the video of the 3 shields, and the video is taken from up above. They don't know the video is being taken. And they're raping that man. They put one of those extendo batons up to his butt and push the button, and it fucked him all up inside. Yeah, that story that was really well known. And so after the video surfaces, the soldiers get arrested. But the average it's Zionists. It's Israel. It's not the average citizen. The average citizen all culminated and congregated around the facility that they were being held in, stormed said facility, broke the fucking through the security measures, beating on the walls and shit, demanding that the soldiers get released. And guess what happened? The soldiers get released. And then they go on a press tour all around Israel on all the different stations where they have their masks. Are you kidding me? They have their masks on their face. They have black masks on, but they go around the country being treated as celebrities and standing ovations everywhere they go and all this other shit. So much so, one of the guys is like, fuck it, takes off his mask and shows what is easily one of the ugliest faces you'll ever see. He's just so themmy. He's so gross. But he is treated as like the ultimate hero because he's proud of his rape. And actually, the woman that took the video and released it, she ends up getting arrested and is found guilty and is doing, got in trouble for releasing that video. Now, an hour after this Temple Israel attack began, an hour after the attack began, they decided that those 6 guys would be the charges would all be dropped. And there you go. And of course, because everybody was talking about the Temple Israel attack, nobody was talking about what just happened to coincide at the exact same time, an hour later. So at around 3 o'clock, a couple hours after this thing has supposedly taken place, you have Sheriff Mike Bouchard, the Oakland County head sheriff, who has this part of his hair dyed. It's so funny. But he is doing the press conference, and he says, everything's under control. Nobody got hurt. It's not really that big a deal. A lot of things. It could be a lot worse. This is going to be really bad. Really fucking fast. Oh my God. What's going to happen to somebody?
But you can't see them in the open country coming the other way from like.
This guy's about to eat it.
Yeah.
They keep Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh. They're dead. Watch this. Look at how much air this dude gets.
Yeah, that's really high. It doesn't look like it in the video, but fuck. Yeah, Trey stopped it.
Oh my God.
That force he just hit that tree with.
Oh my God, he's on the side of the road.
What? Oh, come on. There's no way.
Yeah, there's no way. They just say that shit.
There's no way.
It was 100% staged. It was really fucking crazy. It was really crazy. And then, so you're from Michigan too. I know a detective, and he even said it was staged. The detective. I mean, it didn't make any sense.
Said what was staged?
The Temple Israel thing. Again, so he says, Mike Bouchard says, I saw a video. When they asked him, how do you know what happened? He said, I saw the video. So where is the fucking video? What video did he see that shows him what happened that we haven't been privy to yet? And the thing is, now listen, this is where you average people need to understand. You're not like a bad person, a bad American, a bad whatever. because you question a narrative you're given by a system that consistently lies to you. They're gonna benefit from this tremendously. They're gonna get a whole new building out of it, paid for by the taxpayer. And they don't even bother to have them get hurt anymore. They just up, nobody got hurt. A security guard got hit by the car. Sure he did. And the thing is, they even say this guy, his innocent family, his innocent father and daughter, or I can't. There's I've heard multiple stories, His family had been killed by Israeli strikes. And so, because innocent people were killed by Israel efforts, according to the narrative, he thought, I will go hurt innocent people in response. And him hurting innocent people is just the most taboo, awful thing you could do. If they're the ones that are the victims, like, how dare anyone? But it's all just a bunch of connected bullshit. It's all bullshit. Fireworks would have been shooting out the windows. 2,000 of fireworks. Yeah, I'm not far from Phantom. Okay, I'm not. I don't know what that means. But yeah, I mean, it's. If he had that many fireworks in his car, you would have known. There would have been strays flying out whatever area they could. If you've ever actually seen what happens when fireworks light, when one of those accidents happen, it happened to me when I was, I don't know, like 10 years old maybe. I was at my aunt and uncle's house in Chicago, and they were wealthy, so they lived on this in this big nice house, not huge, but nice. And it was in this neighborhood where their house actually butted up to an old gravel pit that they had filled in with water. And I always wondered, like, when did this gravel pit exist? I never, but we used to fish and all kinds of shit in there. Well, every year there was like this little island in the middle of the lake where they would go, and they would, all the different neighbors would pitch in, and they'd get several $1,000s worth of fireworks, and they would do a great fireworks show. Every year it was great. This year, one of the fireworks, right in the beginning too, one of the fireworks landed in the box and lit it all on fire. And I can remember it looked like a movie scene, a Vietnam sort of style movie scene where the sky is just red everywhere, and you're hearing all this, you're hearing the screams, they're zipping past your head, and everybody's just running. Everybody's running because it's blowing up everywhere, and it lasted for like a minute plus, just shooting shit everywhere. So to think he had $2,000 worth of fireworks in his car and there's no evidence of it, it's all just dumb. I literally filled the trunk with $250. $250, you can fill your trunk with fireworks. That's crazy. Fireworks are expensive as fuck. I love 4th of July, and I love fireworks, and I love it for the boom stuff. My favorite fireworks are the ones that shoot up and make the little flash, and then boom! I love the fucking booms. I love when you can feel them. Right? I don't need all the big show. I love the booms. But, I literally, the 4th of July, you can gauge where our economy is better than anything else, because it's literally money going up in smoke. Your hard-earned cash that's expensive as fuck, and then here in Michigan, you got to pay like all these extra taxes and shit on it. And, we spend a couple $100 and we end up with, 10 minutes worth of fireworks and shit. I hate it. I love it, but I hate it because it's hard-earned money going up in smoke. It's as wasteful as the strip club. Still cheap. I shop in New Hampshire, drive to a cheaper state worth it. Fuck yeah, it is. Shit, you need to move to the Oregon-Washington border, where in Oregon they have no sales tax, and in Washington they have no income tax or state tax. So you live in Washington, you make all the money that you make, you don't get taxed on it, and then you do all your shopping in Oregon where you don't have to pay fucking taxes on it. You know, you buy something for $1,000 and anywhere else, like in California, there's a 10% tax. $1,000 would mean an additional fucking $100 in tax. In Michigan, it would be $60 in tax, right? Right. What am I talking? I'm wrong here, right? Am I wrong here? No, I'm right. Yeah, I'm right. My math button's not working, but still, that shit. When you go to Oregon, you don't pay that at all. You keep that money. That's crazy. Why is it? Why can one state do that and all the rest can't? Like, it's just all so fucked up. It's all so fucked up. And then at the same time, you have places like Lakewood, New Jersey, where these pieces of shit get to have fucking, 18, 20 kids. None of them work. They study the yeshiva all day. They live in $1 million government housing, Section 8 houses that are $1 million. I forgot the guy's name. He's an Instagram guy. Fucking forget his name. But he did a great video about it. He showed, I might actually be able to show you. It wasn't even him now that I think about it. It was somebody else. But Chubby? Chubby? What? Can I see your phone? Northbrook, Illinois. Right on. When I used to go to Illinois, Chicago, I used to go to, yeah, I just want to check something. It's not a big deal. Here, do it. It's not a big deal. It's going to be a while, so go ahead. It's not going to be a while. I just want to look at something real quick. It doesn't matter. Just go ahead. Okay. I can do it so you can come right back here. I won't be able to. You will. No, you said that last time. No, I'm doing it differently. You'll see. Good morning. Hi, Conehead. Better? You look better. Did you say hello? You have to say hello. Look at this. Could have sworn I shared this. I guess I didn't. But basically, they have these Section 8 houses set up that are $1 million plus houses. Oh, you're going to say hi. Right back to it. Holy crap. I heard you coughing all night. Oh my God, Orland Park, that's where I used to go in Illinois. They used to live in Orland Park. But I'm just saying, like, looking at the narrative that we're shown, it's as bullshit as it gets. And you're not a bad person for saying that. You're a good person for saying, hey, let's not overreact. Let's not jump to conclusions. Let's not punish people unnecessarily. Let's not be lied to. Just because they're friars doesn't mean they get to lie to you. Like, it's it's amazing how stupid we are by design. And you can see it when it comes down to your beliefs, right? Most of you believe, want to argue, want to fight, want to die for a Jewish narrative. It's not, this isn't like this is the thing that's always so difficult for me with literally everybody. Ian Carroll, Stu Peters, Nick Fuentes, you name the truther, and they tell you to believe in Jesus. And I just don't understand, like, you know it's a Jewish fairy tale. You know that Jesus was a Jew. Look at how they just beat this piece of shit.
He was a carpenter too, right?
Nope, apparently not. He was a Jewish preacher, according to the narrative we're given now. Look at this fucking violent piece of shit. They just slammed this guy down for nothing. They said, get out of the car. This guy's all amped up. You think that guy's on the juice? Shaves his arms. I just can't, as a dude, I couldn't feel manly standing there shaving my arms and shit. Just let me shave my chesticles. This is fucking nuts, man. You know, like right now we have this Iran situation, and nobody can tell you. You ask any of these Trump supporters, you ask anyone, well, why are we actually doing this? And what's the justification? What did they do to us? What, you know I'm crazy, and I say we're doing it because Trump is Netanyahu's bitch, and that's just how it is. But you don't believe that. So what do you believe is happening? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. He's saying it. Was I violent with you? Why were you guys so violent with me? You need to listen to me. I got a tiny penis. This is my penis here. The crazy part is, you keep seeing. You know what you never hear anything about? You know what's completely fucking disappeared? The ICE murdering people stories. Notice how nobody's talking about Born Again Good, Renee Good, and the Jew guy who's not a Jew apparently. Notice how those narratives completely disappeared when they started falling apart. I mean, it's you might not have want, like I always say, my wife's a better person than I am, right? She feels things deeper than I do, and like the Peretti thing, the shooting, the second one, she was just like, oh my God, I can't, it looks so horrible. And then she found this page of the supposed the pink lady who put out a post talking about because of this. And she then told her about what happened. And I mean, I'm 100% anti-ICE and all that shit. I don't support anything that they do or anything like that. Even the idea of illegals. I'm not even worried about illegal Mexicans doing fucking labor jobs that white people don't want to do. It's fucking crazy. Nobody ever talks about the people hiring the Mexicans. It's always just those damn Mexicans doing a better job than white people do in less time for less money. Oh, how dare they? But you You see how it's all just used against us. It's all used to fucking, pit us against each other, and it's all just one big distraction. The only thing that matters is that we don't talk about them. We don't talk about who's actually pulling all these strings, why we hate each other. Yep, title is false. Yep. I think we should kill pedos and overthrow the Jews. There's no argument that comes my way, but I'm crazy. And you're going to watch me every day for hours at a time begging for attention because I'm wrong. It's very interesting how this works out. Hmm? The Epstein shit is a distraction, start to finish. They literally manufacture the narrative that we seemingly fall for, thinking we're doing something. Nobody wants to acknowledge the fact that we only know about Epstein because they told us about Epstein. If they didn't want us to know about Epstein, we never would. Some rich dude gets in trouble for fucking, messing with kids. That shit happens all the time. You never hear about it. Epstein wasn't famous, right? He wasn't a guy that was on everybody's radar and people were wondering, oh, who's that guy? No, nobody even knew who the fuck he was. But they wanted us to focus on that. They wanted us to look in this direction. And I think, I don't know, maybe just their arrogance let them think they were going to, I don't know, that they were going to be able to make it work out for them. I don't know, because it hasn't really worked out well for them. But at the same time, it's like it's weird how everybody is, we hate Israel because of the war. And then we see the Israel connections to Epstein. But, you're still looking at things from, a distracted point of view. The reality is, it's not this and this, and then all this other shit too. It's all the same umbrella. It's all the same bullshit. And this comes back to the people who, Matita, who think sucking on after circumcision is a commandment. It's a part of the shit. If you believe they don't do it, that's your stupidity. But they absolutely do it. And it's not just again, this argument that, oh, well, it's just the Hasidiotics that do it. It's not. And even if it was, that would be enough. Especially considering, even if it's the Hasidiotics doing it, you all of you still defend it. And not just defend it, you attack anybody that speaks out against it. I love Jesus. It's not very smart, is it? It's not very smart. Why would you? Christians say the dumbest things. I love Jesus. What? You don't know Jesus. Jesus doesn't exist. The idea of it, maybe. But you don't love Jesus. Christ is king. Of what? What a terrible king he must be. Were they fucking and that's a crime or something? Yeah. Says the guy that has a miserable life. Yep. I have a miserable life. That's why I look for people who think we should kill pedos and overthrow the Jews and all that stuff, who talk about how can we make the world a better place? And I troll them. Because, you know, that's like, when I hear about that, when I put that out there and I go, that guy sounds like he's really winning at life, don't you think? He's got nothing else going on in his world that he's going to come here and cry about me doing. I don't like that you're doing this. Always interesting how that works. I am demon manifesting. Oh, yeah? How am I doing that? It's always funny how you can manifest the bad stuff. You can, it's always bad stuff. Nobody can ever tell you how to manifest those lottery numbers. Nobody can manifest, hey, what horse should I bet on so I can make a bunch of money? And then shit, I'll give it to the poor. I'll use that money to expose the worst of the worst things in the world. The system has so much money, and the only way you can fight against the money system is with money. So if Jesus, God, is against the pedophilia and such, why doesn't Jesus, God, help a motherfucker out with some money? Come on now. Help me win the lottery. I'll make the world a better place. And if I win the lottery, then I'll do it in Jesus' name. Unless, of course, you wouldn't want me to do that. I don't really know how that works. Was an awesome actor in the 60s. Yep, he played Zorro. And he was also on Lost in Space. Zombie Islam. Oh, man. I can't imagine what it's like to be like, I believe in God and Jesus, and it's the right way, it's the truth, and da-da-da-da. But I'm really insecure about Islam. Like, isn't God, Jesus protecting you from it? Why would you waste any of your energy on Islam? If you're all good, you're protected by the Jesus, and what do you have to worry about? They're all just these little dick white guys who are just angry about their little penis. And instead of addressing it and getting over it, and I mean, it's really interesting. Another one of those stories that sort of went away, but the Congresswomen outed Mark Levin. They flat out pointed out, dude has a micro penis. And they all know they're all involved in weird little ritual shits. They've all seen each other's shits, or they know somebody that's seen each other's shits. And two women, Marjorie Trader Brown, because what happens after the grass dies? Turns brown, right? Yeah. They both confirmed this dude has a tiny penis. A micro penis, they say. That's specific. Like, tiny penis is one thing. To say micro penis, that was pretty big. They must have gotten in some serious trouble for that. But like I said, there's only one Jewish porn star that I know of, without a doubt. And that's Ron Jeremy. So the only one of them that they could find that had a big enough dick to be in porn looked like Ron Jeremy. Yikes. Yikes, that dude was foul and his dick was gross. You know, we're all a little gay. You know it because of your porn. Like Ron White said, now let me ask you this. When you're watching a porn, you want a guy to have a small, flaccid, soft dick, or you want him to have a big, hard, fat cock? My brother-in-law was like, well, I want him to have a big, hard, fat. Oh, no. But it's true. Nobody watches porn to see. Like, there is specific porn out there that'll be like, tiny penis porn. Where you'll see, like, it'll be in the title. And you know that's for you guys. That's so you feel better. Mm-mm-mm. Christians and Muslims and Jews actually believe in the same God. That they do, laddie. That they do. The worst part is, though, at least the Muslims have been sort of left on their own, right? The Christians have been manipulated into believing that the bad guys of the Bible, because Satan is very sporadic character in the Bible. He doesn't have a lot to do with things. The main bad guys are the children of Abraham, right? The friars. They're the bad guys of the Bible. Those are the ones that killed Jesus. It wasn't Satan that killed Jesus. And Christians have been tricked into believing, I guess, that the people who are considered the synagogue of Satan are the bad guys of the Bible, are the ones that killed the superhero, the Jesus, the God's only son. They're also that same God's favorite chosen people. Like it's such a fucking, like, how am I supposed to have any sort of respect for your intelligence when you willingly go with that? Seriously. It's like, wait, how do you not see? I don't even understand. Like I can't even put together what the good part is. How do you do all that? How do you go, yeah, well, they, yeah, they're the bad guys. Yeah, they're the synagogue of Satan. Yeah, they killed Jesus. But they're the chosen people because what? What part does that? Where does that happen? They believe Jesus and Mary are boiling in cauldrons of semen down in hell, and semen and feces. Like, it just, like, again, I just can't. How can you be that stupid? I even try to, like, think of it in, like terms of, like, closer to home, and it's like your wife, has a, she poisons you every day, and keeps you sick, and is conspiring with another dude so that they can take your money and go out and have all the fun in the world, and you're left sick, throwing up and diarrhea and all this other shit, and you're like, yeah, but she is the best. She's the best part of this relationship. Like, I'm secondary. Look at how great she is. And everybody's going, what the fuck do you mean? She cheats on you. She spends your money. She doesn't fuck you. She doesn't cook for you. She doesn't clean for you. She spits on you. She literally poisons you. What part is the good part? You just don't understand. You're right, I don't. Can you explain it to me? You're just hateful. It's the wildest shit. Why are Christians so apt to believe something so fucking ridiculous? Like, your book, your narrative, does nothing but tell you that they are the bad guys. At no point is it like, oh yeah, I know they're the bad guys, but they're also the chosen people. Well, I mean, again, the Bible is a Jewish book. the best way I can sort of compare the Bible to something is to say it's it's literally like you watching The Princess Bride. Not just The Princess Bride existing, but you watching it. So you're watching a grandfather tell his grandchild a story, but then that story is coming to life in front of you, right? It's not your imagination that you're seeing from the story. It's his imagination being projected into your perception. There are multiple times where, the narrator person says that we, us, when it comes to the Gentiles, it always refers to the Gentiles as, separate, those Gentiles over there. Yes, there are 144,000 spots in heaven for 12,000 of each of the 12 tribes of Israel. But, there might be a few spaces for some Gentiles for slavery purposes. And I don't even know if they even allow that. I'm just assuming. And I know that it's the 144,000 spots that the Jehovah's Witnesses seem to account for. Again, the Jehovah's Witnesses are using that narrative. The 12 tribes of Israel each get 12,000 members to go to heaven. Where does it say anything about Jehovah's Witnesses in that?
You got to go to the back. It's in fine print and little italicized.
Oh, pigeons. Pigeons.
It's there.
Bitch.
Gotta look a little harder.
But that's how this works. This is the narrative you're given. And it doesn't stand up to any sort of scrutiny whatsoever. But, and I don't understand the benefit. Because even if you say it's because I'm scared of death and I want to believe that I go to the kingdom of heaven after I die, I'm left going, well, did you not read the rule book? Because according to the book, you're probably not getting in.
That's my stapler. That's my stapler.
Right. I mean, you're like, what's wrong with you? I repeat this a lot because I want Christians to understand this. There is no, if you say I'm sorry and you repent, you get to go to heaven thing.
Yes, there is. I just have to say 5 Hail Marys and do the rosary 3 times.
Yeah, right.
And I get forgiven.
Right. If it was as simple as that, then the church wouldn't have made bazillions of dollars over the years selling indulgences. At least, again, according to the narrative they give us. Not saying it's true, but the narrative they give us talks about the church selling indulgences.
You're so rude.
Meaning, if you knew you were going to be sinning, say this weekend, you were going to have you a little boy sex party, you could pay the fucking church X amount of money for like a hall pass or some shit. You present it to God. I don't know.
To absolve you for the weekend.
To absolve you for however long you work it out to be. Or if you did sin, you could pay the church to absolve you of those sins. And so this is completely like not biased whatsoever. If you're a believer in this stuff, you should feel even stronger than I do about it. Right? But if all you had to do was repent and say you were sorry,
isn't that bastardizing your religion?
Why would anyone
and your God?
Why would anyone pay for an indulgence? All you got to do is be like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Just repent.
Right, I'm repented. Now, how can you tell me I didn't? I thought about it real deep in my head. I'm super repentant. I repented so much that next time I do it, I'm already covered.
I pre-repented.
This is not. Again, this is like just as simple and as common sense as I can make things. Just explain this little piece. It's really simple.
What do you mean I can't pre-repent?
Where does it say anything about you can know that you're not supposed to do it,
And it's
do
not
it
even-
anyway, and then be like, I'm sorry. Again, I know I did this last weekend, but I did it again.
It's one thing to make a human mistake.
You didn't know, right? You didn't
and
know you were
feel
sinning.
bad for it and repent afterwards. But to pre-repent is like it's a premeditated act. You're not saying I'm sorry for it. You're saying I know it's bad, so I'm gonna shut you up because I'm gonna do it anyways.
Well,
So there's no remorse there. That's not
right. Or
You know?
or the idea of like, again, if I show up, if you don't know me, right? Nothing. You're sitting at home, 4:00 on the dot. The doorbell rings. You open the door and hello, and boom, I punch you right in the face. Then run off. Tomorrow, if the doorbell rings, are you gonna open it?
no.
What if I punch you in the face and I go, I'm sorry? Are you gonna be like, oh, okay, just don't do it again?
Sorry.
I get it. Yeah, that happens. Okay, don't do it again. Then tomorrow, I show up, 4:00, doorbell rings. You actually open the door. I punch you in the face again. And immediately I go, I'm sorry.
Bullshit, bitch.
Are you going to be like, okay, cool. I'll open the door tomorrow. Is that how that works?
I mean, if you do, you're really fucking stupid.
Right. I don't understand why God would give a rule book, especially knowing what a tyrannical dickhead he is. It is. And especially if you're talking about the Jewish version, which is super dickhead. Why would there be a list of rules that you're supposed to follow, like under threat of hell for all of eternity? But if you don't, you can repeatedly just get out of it. Same thing over and over. Yeah, I had unprotected sex with a stranger this weekend. I'm really sorry. I'll never do it again.
I'm gonna do it again.
That's Friday. Yeah. Sunday morning, you're doing the same thing again. Like, God knows your intentions. You can't say that you absolutely intended on never doing it again every single time, and
You can't
you
cross
just
your fingers with God and him not see it. That just he's gonna see your crossed fingers.
it.
No, it's a boy and he has blonde hair and blue eyes.
No, it's Jesus. God is the old man in the robe with the bald
Yeah,
head and the beard. Looks like ZZ Top.
Jesus had to get his blue eyes from somewhere.
His mom.
No, she was a whore from the Middle East. She
Right.
had brown hair, brown eyes.
She was a Jewish. She was a Jewish girl.
It was God's wasp features that caused Jesus to have his blue eyes. Okay, come on.
That's why he hung out with David, Paul, John.
She was
What's up, Jesus? What's up,
She
bro?
was from the Middle East, so she.
They're all hanging out. And like, here comes that Jesus guy. Let's pretend like we like him. I mean, his dad is the boss. So, hey, Jesus. What's up, buddy? Fucking spick. You know they called him all kinds of names. I love how in the Bible, before his crucifixion, they take him into the room where they make him undress and then put on an outfit so they can laugh at him. Ha 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 ha. Then they make him undress and put the clothes he had on beforehand back on. It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
He must have had to go to catechism to get that story. What was that?
Cat's funny. I just, at the end of the day, it's like, how is it possible that after all of these years of doing the same thing every day, saying these same things all the time,
Takes 4 cops sitting on a dude, really?
kneeing him. Yeah, kneeing him.
Really?
All this time, you guys have never been able to, like, I mean, it's very, very, there's been a couple of times when you've sort of engaged. And there are the random Christians that apparently get into these conversations every once in a while. It does help when, right, it does help when you guys are, when there's not the block on the feed as much. But you would think after all this time there'd be. Why are you crying, man? We just fucked you all up, and now we're fucking up your whole life. Why are you crying?
To the ground and had 4 grown men sit down.
I'd just be like,
on you, more weight than just.
I know you see the camera here, asshole, but you can suck my dick. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I mean, you asked me why I like those shows. They're brainwashing you that cops are good. No, they're the cops that I wish cops would be. It's like,
no, they're not.
I wish.
They're assholes.
Like that.
They're assholes. Yeah, right. What Chicago PD shows you is that the worst gangster of them all is fucking, what's his name?
But he does it for the greater good.
Sure.
To help kids or to help people. Or
sure he does.
Get justice for a family that lost.
No, he doesn't. He does it to control the drug trade. He's an asshole. And they show you a lot of really fucked up things to desensitize you to it. The idea that a group of cops could take somebody in a basement in a little chained-in room and beat them and do all that stuff to them and then never have any sort of issue from it. Hank Voight would have been gone a long time ago. He's a fucking criminal. He was just smart enough to wear the right uniform.
I think real cops are worse than real life cops.
Well, a lot of them are. I mean, until I start seeing
over a lot of our real cops.
Until I start seeing the supposed good cops that people talk about arrest the bad cops, I'm gonna go with they're all bad cops. And I know that sucks. And there'll be situations where you need them and they show up and they do their job. But that's their job. They're not doing something noble. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
But it is by nature noble. So is, a nurse. And
you know what? I think that would be great if, 90% of what they do wasn't fucking with regular people just to fuck with them. Like the shit that happened to me. That dude's just, his whole thing was just to fuck with.
Are shitty. They really are. I wish they weren't. I wish they were. Like I said, I'd take a Hank Voight over.
Those guys are douchebags. Those guys shake people down. Those guys are dicks.
They shake bad people down. And if you're not a bad person,
they do all the time. Not only do they do that all the time, they force good people into doing shit like testifying or whatever, knowing that those people will then have to face the wrath of the gangster or whatever. And it's like, oh yeah, we'll protect you. And then 90% of the time they end up dead. The show literally shows you that if you speak out, you're going to die.
In those positions because they did something wrong and they got fucked.
Not true. That happens. It happens all the time where somebody was just a witness to something. And they're like, I don't want to say anything because I don't want repercussions. And they I'll subpoena you into it. I'll make you do it anyway. What's up, Matt? Those guys are not heroes. And again, there's so much corruption until you start seeing them deal with the corruption and start arresting the people that they should arrest and not worry about. Like I saw this
Bag of weed.
right. I saw this episode that this random First Amendment auditor guy standing outside when this big fucking ridiculous Jewish guy. Can I see your phone when you're done? This big, and by big I mean bigger than normal. Let me see. I think this actually, I might actually be able to show you this one. I think I did share this one. Matter of fact, I know I shared this one. Algo's always tagging me and shit. He's ridiculous. He believes what he wants to believe, and it's... I know he has good intentions, but Jesus. Of course they're lying.
Jesus?
Yes, Algo is...
I can totally see
Jesus.
it. He wears brown contacts, though, doesn't he?
Well, and he has... Oh, I think he has blue eyes. And,
I don't think Algo has blue eyes.
I think he does. Where the fuck is the video?
Why the fuck is it still so goddamn cold?
Because it's Michigan. This is what happens.
I hate Michigan.
Come on. I could have sworn I shared this well before this. But I'm still looking just to... Oh, here's the IDF drops charges of Israeli soldiers caught on video. You can see that's the video where they're raping the guy behind those shields. Yeah. So this is, I can't find that video apparently. I'm actually kind of mad about it. Where the fuck did it go? This guy, okay, so there's this Jewish guy who is one of these dumbasses who gets mad at somebody for filming because they see a camera, so they just get mad and start flipping out. And he's got his Star of David necklace on, and it's sitting outside of his shirt, and yeah, it's not. Where the fuck is it? Sorry, thank you. And he's such a clown. He keeps doing like this and stuff, like he's gonna hit the guys, and they're just laughing. And at one point, the one guy goes, "You don't deserve to wear that necklace around your neck." And he got all mad about that, and he attacked the guys. He went to punch the guy, and he ended up attacking 3 separate times. He physically assaulted the guy 3 separate times. One of those times, I think he got put down pretty hard. But the cops show up, and they basically beg the auditors to drop all charge, like to just let it go. Can't we just handle this like gentlemen and and just walk away from this with a handshake? And the guy's like, "What do you mean? Why? What's so special about this guy that he's allowed to attack?" And they wouldn't press charge, like they wouldn't do it. Like, I don't know what ended up happening with it. I didn't see it all the way through. But it's just insane how the cops, this guy has his necklace sitting. Oh, here it is. See the guy?
Watch how this loudmouth gets dropped flat on the ground after attacking on the auditor.
Oh, come on, do it!
Look at his necklace.
You have no idea who you're dealing with. I don't need to.
You have no idea. He looks like a dog.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. What are you doing? Hey, are you kidding me?
You see those punches? He just gets dropped by a quick punch. Kicked him in his face. Good.
Watch how this loudmouth gets dropped flat on the ground after attacking on the auditor.
But I can't find the rest of the video. Maybe if I touch that. A tough guy gets humbled by auditor.
You got that? Don't ever assault me again.
There it is.
Physical confrontation, and his sister tried to protect him. At the end, he left as the situation got awkward as he failed to scare auditors.
Like, this guy doesn't respect it right here.
You guys.
You touched my phone, bro.
The necklace, sir. Great necklace.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a disgusting necklace.
Up on social media.
It will.
I'm coming after you.
I'm coming after you.
Yeah, go for it. I ain't scared of you, bro. He's an idiot.
Stay away from me.
Oh, come on. Do it. Do it.
Yeah.
You don't deserve that necklace walking around acting like that.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Row, 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 row. That's the funniest one.
Go for it. I'm not afraid of you guys.
Rip those glasses off your face. Now I don't have to.
Take your mask off.
No.
Leave my brother alone. Wrinkly old bag.
Hey, show us he's your brother. He's the one that came up to us. You guys don't even deserve the necklaces. A wrinkly bit.
They do deserve the necklaces. They're acting just like they do. See those punches? Look at how slow his punches are. Boom, kick him in his face. Boom. Oh my God.
He assaulted us, bro.
Right, look at how everybody's jumping to the defense of the old Jewish guy. You're supposed to let me attack you. You're supposed to let me attack you.
What a fucking unhinged freak. Look at that guy.
What is with old guys thinking they can beat up young guys? Like, I'm at the age where I know if you're in your 20s, I just gotta let it happen.
He almost got jumped.
Now we have this clip, which shows an old
Oh,
man.
they won't show. God damn it. I need to see the rest of that shit. The rest of the shit is so fucking... It's even more telling than that because it shows how the cops respond. The cops were just... Let's see... Let's see, is this the one? No. God damn it. No, I gotta hook it. Alright, let's see.
Filmed in a park. It's humbled after grabbing the auditor's camera.
That's one, this is two,
This loudmouth acted.
this is three, and the next one's four. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is the one. It's a 2-hour long video, so it's ridiculous.
That's Trump. Trump's about to come out with this.
Dumbass. Where the fuck is the video? What the fuck?
Yup, there we go. He got educated and handled.
Hey, that's, I mean, whether or not.
Where the fuck is the video? What the fuck is going on here? Why is this so difficult to find? I'm so confused right now.
I agree with
Whether or not...
What are you guys gonna do with these?
What are you guys gonna do with these?
They
These
try
are
to
all
start
Jews.
drama by hitting my phone and stuff. It's like this guy right here.
Stay away from any fucking.
Oh, come on. Do it. Do it. Do it. don't deserve a necklace walking around acting like that.
Yeah.
Where the fuck do you think you're at? This must be a Jewish neighborhood with the way he's acting.
I'm not afraid of those fucking glasses off your face.
He starts saying, I'm not afraid.
Now I don't have to.
Take your fucking mask off.
No.
Oh, yeah? Or you're gonna do what? Goofy Jewish broad.
Hey, show us your brother. We're in public. We're in public. We're in public. We're in public.
It's crazy that people freak out over a camera.
He assaulted us, bro. Okay. Yeah, we're fine.
Like you think somebody's actually gonna give a shit about you. I love when people walk up to a camera and be like, don't film me. Asshole! Whoa, 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 whoa. You were supposed to let me. Now look, where'd the audio go? Look at her fucking face. Yuck. Yuck. Fake as can be.
That's what you said. You assaulted us 3 fucking times. Get the fuck out of here. I have it on video. You assault.
Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Bark, 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 bark.
What a fucking unhinged freak. Look at that guy.
See, guys? That's what you get. Look at that guy. He assaulted me. He assaulted him.
I wish they would have sprayed him. That would have been better. Because he'd be crying right now.
He almost got jumped. Oh.
No, there's no reason to jump. Hey, and we.
Alright, let's see. Where are the cops?
And that causes more of a.
Let's see what this Jewish guy had to say.
I'm gonna go talk to my guy over here.
Dude never threw a punch in his life,
I'm
no.
gonna talk to my guy over here. Hey, bro, you see how crazy it gets? Hey, that's, I mean,
Whether or not I agree with
Look, I'm talking.
unacceptable, bro.
Unacceptable. That's unacceptable.
You know how. Man, have a good day.
That's unacceptable, sweetheart. Sweetheart! You ignoring me is unacceptable right now. Bitch.
At least there's some.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Hope you guys are doing good, man.
You don't get to blame that on being Hispanic. Unacceptable.
Hey, I actually got footage of him hitting my
Unacceptable.
So since he went after Lister, he always go after the small ones.
They do always go after the smallest guys. Especially them.
How'd you guys?
Where the fuck are the cops at? I want to see the part where the cops beg him to just let this go with a handshake. They are in such a rich neighborhood right now. Oh, look, they just walked by some Arabs.
Oh, he's still looking like you would. Check up on my car.
Had to go pick up a car from 2-hour street parking. I don't like tickets.
He got 4 cops. Holy shit. What's going on with you? Dang, I got more police over here? What's going on?
Unacceptable. Yeah, these two fucking show up. These 2 black cops show up and they just want to arrest the auditors first thing. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable. I hate when people say stupid shit like that. It's like, how can I support you? That shit is unacceptable. I've never heard somebody say unacceptable before. Unacceptable. Look at all these fat female cops. This shit is ridiculous. A bunch of fat, tiny female cops. What the fuck are these broads gonna do? If there's not a man there to stand up for them, what are they going to do if they want to arrest a man and he doesn't want to be arrested? These chicks aren't even in good shape. They're fat. You always see these really tiny chicks, too. Like, what part of your world made you think you should be a fucking cop? You know there's going to be a time when you have to get somebody that's like 6'8", right? It's going to happen. What are you going to do? That's unacceptable. What? What's the matter? Unacceptable. You speak English? Get the fuck out of the way. It's unacceptable. I don't know why I can't get the camera footage from the other guy's camera where they're talking to the cops and they're begging. They're trying everything they can to arrest the auditors for holding cameras and then defending themselves.
So it seems these guys right here got attacked or something like that.
This was a different auditor that just walked up. That's hilarious. That is unacceptable. Where the fuck is the rest of the video? God damn it.
So this is private.
Oh yeah, I wanted to look that up. Thought a ticker tape machine was kind of an interesting thing. How did we get to a ticker tape machine? Where the fuck is this? It's in your butt. It's in your butt. Unacceptable.
It's your story to tell. David Yurman, Sculpted Cable Collection.
7 hours.
And when you get
So we're just recording in public to see who respects that.
how did we get there?
Anyway, alright, well, I can't find the actual video, and what the fuck ever, who cares? It shows this, but you know, it's interesting, I do want to show you this thing, now that I think about it. So, there's a set of cards that I found online, and they are, what are they? They are called 36 they're the Wild Man picture cards, and they're from 1950. And so you see, okay, so this is one of the cards. This is 1950, right? Look at what they're showing in 1950. They loved robots that look like that shit. City of the Dead. The atomic bomb is not the only weapon that threatens the destruction of man. The prospect of germ and chemical warfare, scientists tell us, is equally horrible. The toxin that produces botulism, a form of potassium poisoning, sprayed into a rain cloud by planes, could turn a metropolis like New York or Chicago into a city of the dead. In 1950, they were talking about the bullshit idea of chemtrails and spraying botulism into the clouds could make it bad. I mean, don't they know you put botulism in your face to make you look young? Oh, that's this picture. Okay, so this picture is the city of the dead. That's why it looked like it. This is what they're depicting. This must be sprayed on them from in the sky. That other one, that first picture, that one's the attack from space picture. Okay, so that makes more sense. So the attack from space, suppose some of the planets besides Earth are inhabited, and suppose the people are warlike and with deadlier weapons than ours. Then, one day, giant spaceships may attack the world, perhaps by releasing uranium robots which will glide to the Earth and destroy our cities with powerful rays that burn our concrete and steel like paper. That's interesting. Here's a picture of the pyramids. Let's see what it says about that. 1950, mind you. Although the ancient Egyptians had none of modern man's labor-saving machinery, they did a marvelous construction job in building the pyramids, which were royal tombs and memorials. The most famous is the Great Pyramid of Khufu, before which travelers stand in wonder. But here's the part that isn't good. It was built by by 100,000 toiling slaves. Yeah, that's believable. In the 50s, this is how they put information out. These are on some fucking trading cards. They put these ideas into kids' heads. Here is a picture of Hiroshima. All right, so the Hiroshima one says, the weapons of World War II surpassed even those of World War I in horror. One atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima, Japan, August 6, 1945, destroyed 60% of the city and brought frightful death to most of the people. Science can produce larger and deadlier bombs with each passing year. Their continued use may lead to the end of the world. Whew. These are some scary cards. You know what I'm saying? All right, so this is one of my favorites. Look at that. Good old submarine. Good old submarine. The snorkel is a tube which sucks air below water to operate the engines of a submarine. World War submarines had to rise to the surface every 30 hours to recharge their batteries. But the submarine with a snorkel can stay under 50 to 80 days. The snorkel submarines shown in the picture has surfaced to gloat over a victim. I don't even know what the snorkel is supposed to mean. Which part is the snorkel? They don't really highlight that, do they? Recharge the batteries. So this is considered this is 1950. This is the Skyliner plane. You have New York down there below. You have ships. Think about, like, again, just how beautiful these cards are, the artwork of these cards. And then look at what 1950s New York looked like. That looks like a very completed city to me, doesn't it? Look like. Of course, you have the Star Fort that is the Statue of Liberty. The Skyliner. More and more man is taking to the air. Passenger planes are getting bigger and faster all the time. The airliner Brabazon, built by the British, weighs 127 tons. So what is that? Add the 3 zeros, that's 127,000. Times 2 is 354,000 pounds. 354,000 pounds just flying up in the air. and is powered by 8 engines. It can carry 100 passengers. The Barbizon will make flights between London and New York. It cruises at 250 miles an hour and carries 13,500 gallons of fuel. Where? Where do you suppose 13,000 fucking gallons of fuel is in that plane? Even if it was in the wings, you think 30,000 gallons or 13,000 gallons can fit into that plane? And how did 13,000 gallons make it across the ocean? Seems kind of strange. Let's see. This is the concentration camp. Ooh. Look at that picture. Ooh. That's so scary. Look, he's like, oh, please. And the German guy's like, I don't even care what you have to say. I'm not even looking. No. So this one I have to read upside down because for some reason it was posted upside down. Shocking crimes against humanity have occurred in our own day. Buchenwald, Dachau, and other Nazi concentration camps are examples. There, during World War II, great numbers of political prisoners died from slow starvation and brutal treatment. After the war, U.S. military courts tried the camp officials, and some were executed. Wait a minute. They died from slow starvation and brutal treatment. What about gas chambers and shit? Where's the gas chamber narrative? Had they not started using the gas chamber narrative? I mean, these are from 1950, so they were probably produced in 1949, 1948. So they probably didn't have the narratives, completely fleshed out yet. Oh, look. Look at this one. Oh, look. This one is to Siberia. It is reported that Soviet citizens who have displeased communist officials are marched off by the thousands to Siberian labor camps where they are compelled to work beyond their strength in the bitter cold and with little food. These camps are said to be run by methods as inhuman as those used by the Nazis in Buchenwald and Dachau. We just talked about them. Interesting how in the 50s, they're laying the groundwork for the Russians are bad, right? They're starting that switch already. Oh, okay, that was the picture to Siberia. They marched them off by the thousands through the cold to Siberia. Do you actually believe that? So I don't know what that other picture is. Oh, the land of promise. All right. We live in an age of stirring events. One of which is the founding of the new nation of Israel. Thousands of Jewish people, many of whom suffered terrible persecution during World War II, are returning to Palestine, their ancestral home. By work of hands and brain, they are determined to build an Israel worthy of its glorious heritage. Really? That is pretty fucking amazing, don't you think? '48 is when Israel was established. Again, I had no idea that card was in there. Actually, I just thought these were cool cards I wanted to share with you guys. I'm actually pretty shocked that it's this everywhere. You know what I mean? It's just so everywhere. You don't even have to be looking for it to find it. So that, of course, is Pearl Harbor. Can't forget about Pearl Harbor. Let's see what it says. On December 7, 1941, while America and Japan were at peace, Japanese bombers rained death and destruction on the United States Pacific Fleet and Naval Base at Pearl Harbor. The sneak attack forced the United States into World War II. If the Japanese had known all the damage their planes had done, they might have tried to capture Hawaii. Oh, yeah? Jesus. Shit's gotten different, I guess. That story doesn't exist like that anymore. Okay, so this is the Gallant Tanker, I guess? I don't know. Let's see what it says. There are times when a ship can take an awful lot of punishment. In World War II, a Nazi submarine flung shell after shell at an Esso tanker that just would not sink. Finally, a U.S. destroyer came up and the submarine fled. The tanker was aflame, but its crew got the fire under control, made repairs, and brought the ship into port. That's an interesting narrative. I've never heard that one before. Oh, this is the jet. These are jet planes. Look at that shit. Space Force and shit. Big yellow planes, huh? Jet pilot. Until now, jet pilots have sat upright while flying, but the U.S. Air Force is experimenting with the idea of having them recline on a bed of nylon netting. In this position, a pilot is less apt to get excessively tired, less apt to black out. If, unfortunately, another global war should come, jet pilots may fly into battle lying down. Okay, that's... So this is tunneling under a river. This is what they show you it looks like, right? Can you imagine doing that fucking job? Tunneling under rivers is hard and dangerous. Is a hard, dangerous job. Men have been caught by falling boulders and have met death while trapped by sludge and water pouring in from the river bottom. The work has to be done in very high air pressure. In 1916, 3 men were blown out of a tunnel. One of them, shooting up into the river, lived to tell the story. What the fuck? Never heard that part of the story before. So, okay, so this is... They love this shit. This is Atomic Doom. Look at the whole world. That's Europe and Africa. Well, no, that's the United States, I guess. Look how far Africa is, or I mean South America is to the east. That's weird. That's not what it looks like. Why do they have it drawn that way? Doesn't that seem strange? And of course, at that time, they were like, well, if you're looking at the Earth from there, you're going to see stars behind it. They didn't know that you didn't see stars yet. You can actually see Michigan. So they went through the painstaking detail of putting the Great Lakes in the United States, right? And of course, look what the North looks like, because that looks different. But why would they put South America so far over like that and have it stretch all the way down? They had the wherewithal to make the Great Lakes. The detail was there, but then in this part, they make it like that. Seems weird. So that is Atomic Doom. What will atomic war be like if it comes? Science is constantly increasing the destructive power of the atomic bomb. In a future war, not 1 or 2, but many of these weapons could be let loose on target areas. Explosions might cause a chain reaction, destroying the Earth, or rendering it so barren that it could not support human or animal life. And then this one is called Salvaging Treasure. Ooh. Killing a shark while you do it. Salvaging treasure. No man can tell how much treasure lies in sunken ships at the bottom of the sea. Once in a while, men who prefer exciting and dangerous work try to recover some of these lost riches. Divers seeking treasures on the ocean floor, must be prepared to meet any emergency, including sudden and fierce attacks by killer sharks, the terror of tropical seas. Sharks are the dangerous ones. They will attack you while you're in your weird diving bell suit, searching for treasure. Oh, this is great. 1950s, okay? In 1950, they still pushed the idea that we would have flying suits and shit. Look at what future Earth is supposed to look like to them. Let's see what it says. The family plane may one day replace the family car. And then what? Flying suits, perhaps, with degravitation tanks and powered by atomic tubes. Each member of the family will have an individual suit, and if Ma and Sis want to go somewhere and Dad and Junior somewhere else, they'll have no problem about who will have the car or plane. They used to tell us that shit. We would have flying suits with degravitation tanks on them. Hey, let's look over there. Let's point at that thing. Yeah, okay, Dad, I'll point. Joan of Arc. Oh, shit. Burn that bitch. Can you imagine doing that to someone? Look what's being depicted there. Can you imagine sitting around and watching someone burn at the fucking stake? What kind of sick piece of shit do you have to be? Believing she had a mission to save France, Joan of Arc led the French army to victory against the English at the Siege of Orleans in 1429. Sure she did. Finally captured, she was accused of witchcraft. The English burned her at the stake, but later regretted the cruel deed. Joan of Arc is France's national heroine and a saint of the Catholic Church. It's a fake story. You guys know that, right? It's just a fake story. No woman led fucking men in. Like, did you see the movie that they made? The Joan of Arc movie? Come on. Like, if you had the balls to depict a woman like, what's her name? Gabby, what's her name? If you had the balls to depict some giant ass woman who was like jacked, then I might believe your narratives. But every time you try to tell me somebody did something, some chick did something, she's always some little tiny broad. And little tiny broads they're tough. You know, for little tiny broads, they're tough. But come on. So this is dive bombers. Look, they're diving straight down, dropping bombs on ships. Interesting how we don't have anything, like it's not like that, right? And there's no real footage of it. We just sort of believe it. Weapons of modern warfare include the dive bomber. It swoops down at the target and releases its bomb at a closer range than was possible before this type of plane was designed. It is employed against ships, bridges, railways, and other small but important targets. Usually dive bombers fly in formations of 9 and dive in groups of 3. So stupid. Oh shit, what is this? Damn, that looks gruesome. That looks gruesome. Look at that guy's face. Oh shit, I forgot my gas mask. Poison gas. With the 20th century came the 2 most terrible wars in man's history. In World War I, 1914 to 1918. It's weird that date's different now, isn't it? World War I were introduced 2 methods of fighting more dreadful than any known before. These included poison gas. Men who survived the experience of being gassed felt the effects for years. Broken in health and in spirit, they faced a dreary future. Do you remember hearing about poison gas being used in the world wars like that? I don't remember that. I don't ever remember hearing that narrative told to me. Maybe when they got to, like, what's it called? Desert Storm and shit. 1950 Bowman Wildman. I guess that was all the ones I had saved. But let me see if I can find. One of the best resources is surprisingly eBay. Because if you just go to eBay and you put 1950 Bowman, funny enough, Wildman, you'll see all these cards that come up, and they're just wild. There's 72 cards in the set. And it's just a beautiful set. And they have such crazy cards. 800-476. Anyway, I guess I'm gonna just go here because it's getting to that point where I'm no fun anymore. And I'm sorry. Here's one. War rockets. They love showing these images, man. Here's Michigan. Kaboom shaboom. War rockets. As man attempts to find a way to peace, it is with the knowledge that any future world war will be fought with weapons more terrible than any used in the past. Future weapons will include rockets, fearful missiles shot into the sky, traveling in an arc and striking the earth thousands of miles away. Speeds up to 25,000 miles an hour will be reached, or may be reached. Sorry, may be reached.
Ooh, U.S. senators call for Trump's removal under the 25th. A group of U.S. senators has officially requested the removal of former President Donald Trump under the 25th, claiming he's unfit to serve.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, please.
I'd rather he die. I think him dying would be better. This is called border incident, I guess. What the fuck? That's weird. In the Balkans, one of the world's danger spots, trouble is brewing between Yugoslavia, ruled by Marshal Tito, and neighboring countries who are obedient to Moscow communism. Yugoslavia claims that Hungarian troops have already fired across the Yugoslav border in a night attack lasting 8 hours. Such incidents can have serious results. So strange, man. So strange. Communists are said to rule by terror in countries where they succeed in taking over governments. In Romania, according to the Vatican News Service, they entered a home of a parish priest accused of opposing the communist farm policy, assassinated him, and then hung his body from a tree in the garden as a silent warning to others. Joan of Arc, Captain Cook. It's just so cool. These things are also cool to me. I just think they're cool. I'm a dork. What can I say? Anyway, you do me a favor and you go get your free download, and then you www.the-bilderberg group.com. It is free to download. All you have to do is click 0 when it asks you how much you want to pay. You click 0 and it's free. You know what? She's gonna say, "Can you roll one real quick?" So I'll do that and then I'll bounce. So if anybody has anything interesting to say, by all means, please say it. If you can defend Israel in any way, please say it. Gel heals your nerves. MIT creates injectable gel that regrows damaged nerves, restores sensation completely.
It's just in the animal testing phase.
Well, sounds familiar to me. That's what was supposed to happen with mine, right? Except the tube was connected, and then the nerve was supposed to grow through the gel.
In the tube.
Right.
Inside the tube. Maybe they realized that the tube would keep dying, so now they're just injecting the dye right on the nerve.
Well, I'm glad I could help them out with that. You'd think they'd, give me a little bit of a cut.
Compensate you and fix your arm at least, not even,
It's interesting. I mean, you just can't. It's like, I hate saying the words you can't make it up, because anybody can make up anything. But you wouldn't make it up. You know, this narrative that we lived,
was years ago.
you wouldn't make this shit up. You know, the fact is, after everything I went through in Michigan and the shady fraternity-like system where they all just protected each other and, you know, never mind my health needs, it was how do we protect ourselves by protecting each other? Because if I speak out against this guy, he might speak out against me, and I can't have that happen.
Seriously, you put that shit in you like 7 years.
So we decided to go to Ohio because it's the closest place.
Well, it's the Cleveland Clinic.
Cleveland Clinic is the best.
World-renowned. It's not just...
And, you know, and obviously we're going to be out of the local frat boy circle.
And he was also one of the foremost hand and wrist surgeons in the nation. Like, this guy was supposed to be, you know, one of the top shits in his field.
How do I think Starlink works? I don't know.
So that, you know, there were multiple really solid reasons for us to drive fucking
3 hours.
3 hours to go see a doctor.
Of which never got paid back the mileage for or anything like that.
Oh, the whole thing.
It
didn't even complete your care.
Right.
Left
So,
mid-care.
So he says, all right, yeah, you clearly need to get this surgery. We're gonna take a set of a part of nerves from somewhere else in your body, and we're gonna attach them here, and they'll grow together. And you know, it's a pretty common sort of surgery there.
Graft.
Yeah, it's a nerve graft. It's pretty common. And he's like, or we have this new experimental thing you can try, where we put this tube in there, and
with this gel
inside of it, the nerve will grow in between the two.
The gel is supposed to cause the nerves to regrow through it until they reconnect and have everything working synergistically.
Right.
Was the concept.
Right.
But you
so basically they cut out like bigger. But I was like, no, you know what? I just want to sort of be fixed here. I'm done with all the bullshit. Just go ahead and do the normal, easy, done 1,000 times nerve graft.
And by then you were already had 7 surgeries by the time you got there.
Right. It was already a lot.
You know, you'd already been through hell, multiple doctors, and multiple.
And I didn't want to be a fucking guinea pig. And so I said, you know, go ahead and do this. So after the surgery, I woke up, and it was like, hey, aren't I supposed to hurt somewhere else? And he was like, oh no, we decided to use the tube. And you know, when you're in that situation, what are you gonna do?
No.
Freak out and yell and you know, and then the guys gotta still give you care. And you know how sensitive they all are.
And they know better than we do, so he must have known what he was doing. That's what we're trained to believe.
Right. It's more fear for me. Like, think about, like, people will spit in your food if you ask for it to be remade because it's not cooked to your liking.
Or if it's wrong, specifically not what you are paying for.
Right. You pay for something specific. They fuck up.
Picky.
Right. And they'll spit in your food over that.
Right. I said
you're telling me I'm supposed to question this egomaniac doctor and still have to have him operate on me while I'm unconscious?
That can cause me pain and fuck me up for my life.
Right. So you just sort of go with it. Okay, dude, I guess you got it right. And it didn't work. The tube didn't work. It died. Big old fucking neuroma.
Hematomas on either side of the...
No, it was just one big ass hematoma. It was so big, he had never seen anything like it. And during the surgery, stopped to take a picture of it. And he removed it, and he said, all right, we're just going to cut it back. So what was like this long turned into like this long.
Yeah, so they cut out
A larger portion, saying there wasn't enough room last time.
well, no, it was they had to cut past the damage.
Right, but they also thought that the longer, for some reason, the longer thing might work. And that's what I have in me now, and it hasn't worked. And it's fucking just as bad as it was before, if not worse.
After the second surgery, before the follow-up appointment for the second surgery, after the first, time it didn't work, it failed, he gets a call saying they had to cancel his follow-up appointment with his surgeon.
After the surgery, right?
Because
a week and a half later or whatever.
You're still wrapped up from
Still
surgery.
wrapped up from surgery.
And your typical 2-month follow-up or 1 month, whatever it was, had to be canceled because, he left. He moved down to Florida to open a practice down there. And we don't have anybody qualified to take his place or your case on.
We can recommend some people.
We can point you to some other people in Ohio, but the Cleveland Clinic, the reason you came here, we can't do it.
Sorry, you're fucked.
So, and that's where we've been ever since, and that's been 7 years.
I mean, that's at least the story we've made up.
And now,
together.
like
We've
his hematoma is so bad on
written
the
it out
end of the tube that it's swollen around his wrist
It's fun. It's fun.
and causes extreme pain.
It's fun. When I am trying to, because nobody will be here. There's no cameras here. It's just me and you. But I still want you to believe it, so I have to fake like it hurts. That's usually what happens.
Well, what people don't realize is, it's not like a torn ligament or a ripped muscle or a bruised bone or a broken bone. It's nerve pain. It's a totally different, it can cause so many strange sensations that you don't normally associate with getting hurt or being in pain, but is just as uncomfortable, if not worse.
It's really a gross feeling a lot of the time.
Yeah, nerve pain is
It hurts, but it's gross. It's weird.
and it's relentless.
But again,
You're making it up.
Faker does what Faker does.
Right. You only have a dead tube in your arm that people can see on a scan, but
Oh, God.
and
I
they
can't
just
golf
now testing
anymore. I can't.
that gel on fucking animal. What? I can't.
I can't. I'd love to be able to play golf a lot. That's one of those things I miss a lot recreationally.
How about driving without having severe pain from the vibration of the steering wheel?
That part's all you just
get
don't
used
think
to
about
it.
that shit anymore, right?
Right. It's
But
sick.
stuff that you miss is stuff like I really want to golf. I really want to be able to play sports and
Ride bikes with your kids.
I wish I could ride bikes. Riding bikes is one of those I miss more than anything, but I can't do it. Part of the act, I should say, is that I can't reach out and do that, and I can't risk falling. Like when we take them roller skating, I can't go roller skating.
Right
If
now,
I fall
you
on my
your
shit,
fuck.
oh my God. It would be the loudest fucking scream you can imagine.
Well, and your arm would be totally useless.
Right.
It would just crumble. The whole arm is atrophied and everything by now, but after all these years of mangling.
But it's, you if you were in that situation and you go to fall, you're gonna.
Oh no, your arm goes out. That's how it happened to begin with.
Right. Well, no. How this happened to begin with was the fucking surgery.
Well, but your injury happened from falling and your arm going out.
A fall. Just a regular old fall. Wasn't even old yet. Was still pretty spry. Was strong. I was strong. I had scrimp. And it's all gone.
It's crazy.
So weird. But hey, I mean, obviously, look at that. Woo! It's all worth it.
Oh, you're living high on the hog.
Living high on the hog.
In
I
your
love how
mom's
everybody talks shit in my mom's
in,
basement, right?
In a
With
apartment
5-foot
complex.
ceiling and the
Because
mold
apartments have
and
basements,
and all the other
individual
shit.
basements.
It's not like you go, look at you living in $1 million Section 8 house like you're from Lakewood and you're Jewish. But this is just, you know, this is the kind of stuff that to me is so boring to fucking talk about. I can't imagine how boring it is to hear. That's why I don't ever talk about this shit. What's the fucking point?
Well, you know, people like to get a better understanding of how you got to where you got.
Nobody's
It's not
gonna
something
ask.
you have to, you know, talk about often, but once in a while, you know, because you do have a turnover of people. And a lot of them sit there and wonder, oh, he looks fine to me, what the fuck? You know, they have no idea. But when people get a better level of understanding of you as a person and, you know, how you got to where you got, it lends, subconsciously lends credibility to everything else that you say. Because now they feel like they know you a bit. Maybe they can sympathize or empathize on some level.
Oh, I'm not.
And it, well, I'm right, but, you know.
I hope you don't know what that shit's like.
Again,
It's the strangest shit.
It lends credibility to everything else you talk about.
People are so dumb. Your family can be dumb. It's like, you know. Like, again, why would I want this?
You are fucking up.
Why would I ever want to be in this situation? It's not like it's good. It's not like we don't have to constantly tell our kids no. You know, it's not like we have nice things. You know, and I had a good job. I liked my job a lot. I had quit that job and then went back to it because I wanted it so bad. You know, I thought I found it. And I thought, okay, you know, give up this silly music thing and let's just, let's see what we can do. Let's be a normal guy. And boy, did that not work out well. I wish I had that shit again. I mean, you know, I'm not saying that it's all been terrible. I've gotten to experience growing up with my children, and that part's been really amazing. But I haven't gotten to. What did you think you were gonna do?
Right.
He's just gonna finally just stop and open the door. Oh, okay, cool. Ha ha! The cop stopped over a bunch of brush, and because his car was so hot, it caught the brush underneath it on fire.
Fucking hilarious.
Oh, what a dumbass. That guy's getting away. Oh, you guys, damn it.
Yeah, there's a level construction, so I can't get this thing out.
That's so funny. Uh-oh. I get away from that shit. That's where the fuel tank is. The fuel tank just caught. Wow.
Step it up on that fire department.
He's never going to hear the end of this one.
We just got word from a citizen called in, saw our suspect trying to swim across the river fully clothed. A couple officers went to the area and located the guy. He still had the truck keys in his pocket, so we got our man.
Anyway, you guys have a great day. Go check out all the links in the description. You know the spiel. Most importantly, you pedophiles, you kill yourself. Kill yourself.